We are in the thick of vacation season, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of a series on how to stay on track with your health and fitness goals while you're on vacation and how to avoid what feels like that inevitable weight gain that seems to happen when you go on holidays. In the first video, I talked about the mindset side of why it feels so hard to go on vacation and stay on track. And today we are going to dive a little bit deeper into that, but also I am going to share some strategies that you can use that will help you on your next vacation to make sure that you are able to stay on track while still having a really fantastic time on vacation. I think that is probably the fundamental problem here, is that a lot of us over time have equated taking a vacation as taking a vacation from our healthy habits as well. And so what frequently happens is we're away from home, so we're not preparing our own food. A vacation is definitely a break from regular life. And so it can be easy to feel almost like a different person when you're on holidays because you're relaxed. You don't have all of the routine that you normally have in your daily life. And then, of course, there is that sense of reward that is so often equated with food and comes from years of following a pattern where you turn to food for emotional support. I have a lot of clients that talk about emotional eating being one of their downfalls, especially in midlife. But also we have created a situation where food can sometimes feel like a reward. And so it can be really easy when you're on vacation to think, well, I've taken the time off, I've spent all this money, I've, flown to a different continent, whatever the case may be. And so you think, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want for this time. And we have associated that freedom or that feeling of doing whatever I want with doing all sorts of things, which ultimately are probably not going to help you meet your goals or maintain the healthy lifestyle that you've created at home. And to be perfectly honest, are probably going to make you enjoy your vacation even less because they're going to be things that aren't going to make you feel good. As crazy as it sounds, we've all done it. I know that. I used to do that all the time. The minute I would get to that resort, I would think, okay, I'm going to eat and drink whatever I want for the next week. And I would feel disgusting by like the third day. The other common pattern that I see with women who have typically struggled with their weight most of their lives is this pattern of hard dieting, then completely blowing it up, and then hard dieting again when you get home. And that is also a really negative cycle. I can remember feeling like that and the pressure to try and lose as much weight as possible before I went on the beach vacation. So I felt good in a bathing suit. And then you would get there and you would think, oh, well, thank God that's over. And so you would eat and drink all of the things. You would end up feeling gross a couple of days into your holiday. You start reaching for those things in the suitcase that are looser and have the elastic waists and maybe wearing the cover up a little bit more by the pool. And then you get home and not only have you undone whatever sort of weight loss you managed to achieve by the restrictive dieting leading up to the holiday, but you've probably gone a few more pounds in the wrong direction. And so then instead of just being able to enjoy the memories of a holiday well spent, you now have this huge hole to dig out of just to get back to where you were way back before you even started planning for that holiday. And all of that is such a negative cycle. It takes all the fun out of vacations. I can remember I would almost half dread having a vacation plan because I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to have to do all this work. I'm not going to be able to eat anything I want leading up to it. I'm going to feel all this pressure, which of course I put on myself, but this is the mindset. And I know from talking to my clients that so many women share this. When we go on vacation, we don't have to become a different person. We don't have to do anything drastically different from the healthy choices that we're following at home. It's just being smart about how you handle the holiday that is going to allow you to have a really great time while you're on vacation, to break out of that cycle of restriction, binge, restriction, and to make sure that you do make room for those special things that you are only going to get on holidays, because after all, it is a special time. And I don't want anybody overthinking what's happening on their vacation. So while I do share all the specifics inside the Fit Life formula, we have modules on how to stay social, how to manage dining out, all of those things, travel in the program. I am going to share with you today 3 high-level strategies that I think are going to be able to help you, that you'll be able to implement on your next holiday, or at least start to implement. Like so many of these behavior change things, please don't put too much pressure on yourself. It is not going to happen overnight. It takes time to start making those changes and shift these limiting beliefs that we have entrenched about the way things are, about who we are, that have been hanging around in there for years. And so these are some things that you can start with and that you can try. And even just making 1 or 2 of these small shifts on your next holiday is probably going to have a dramatic difference on both how much you enjoy the holiday and also how you feel before and after. So the first one, as I alluded to already, is to stop treating the vacation like it's a totally different set of circumstances than it is when you are at home. There's no reason why you can't apply the same healthy habits that you do as part of your regular routine. So I always talk about the 80-20 rule when it comes to your nutrition. Take that same principle that you follow at home, and now you're applying it to your holiday. So what that looks like when you're on vacation is still trying to stick to your macros somewhat, focusing on things like making sure you're still getting enough protein, making sure you're still getting enough fiber, and trying to avoid what is probably the natural circumstance of eating mostly carbs and fat at every meal. That's what's going to end up making you not feel so great while you're on vacation. So stick to those macros most of the time. Choose healthy, whole, fresh food when you can. Focus on lean cuts of protein. The dairy in Europe especially is fabulous. I had this beautiful Greek yogurt every morning when we were in Paris, and I wish that I could have brought home a case of that with me on the plane. So even if you have to look for alternatives to what you would eat at home, and then save that 20% for the things that you aren't going to get at home. And what that does is, by making room for those special things, it gets you out of that feeling that we tend to have on vacation that causes that sort of blowing it, if you will, where you think, well, for example, I'm in Paris. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to eat French food. So I'm going to eat everything in sight and I'm going to jam it all in. It's that sort of scarcity mindset where I feel like I better get it now because I don't know when I'm going to get it again, instead of being selective and still, just like you would at home, choosing the things that you really want, and the rest of the time choosing foods that are healthy and that are going to make you feel good. That brings me to strategy number 2, which is make sure that those 20% splurges are worth it. When we have that tendency to just eat everything in sight because it's in front of us, or because it's offered to us, or because it's not something we would normally get at home, we lose that filter to make decisions about whether I really want this or not. We just eat it because it's there. And so if you approach those splurges and the things that really feel good to you with the perspective that I want to make sure that this is something that I'm really excited about eating and that is really going to taste good and something that I'm excited to have, then that automatically helps you weed out all of those mediocre choices that you may have only been choosing because they were there, rather than continuing to make the healthy choices most of the time and then saving that 20% for those really awesome things that maybe you can't get at home, or that maybe you don't normally have. So for me, in Paris, those big buttery croissants, like I typically would not have that at home because, like, who wants a croissant from Safeway, right? So you better believe when we went on a tour to this beautiful French patisserie, I had a croissant like almost the size of my head. It was so good. It was so good. Did I feel good after I ate it? Not really, but boy, it was fun while I was eating it. And so I had that and I enjoyed every bite. In contrast to that, they had some sort of cheap looking small croissants at the breakfast buffet in the hotel that we stayed at. And so in the morning, I opted for what looked like really high fiber 16 grain bread for my toast instead of having one of these mediocre croissants. Same thing goes for the alcohol, right? When you're on vacation, if you start drinking in the middle of the day just because you can, because you're not at your job or you don't have any responsibilities, like, are you really enjoying it? Or are you just drinking for the sake of drinking? So in my case, like, we're in France, let's have some good champagne. So the day that we went on the tour of the fancy wineries and we were at Mum's, you better believe I drank every drop of champagne that was offered to me. But when we were out at dinner the next night, and there was nothing really that appealing except some sort of generic cheap champagne on the menu, I didn't have that. I opted for sparkling water instead. So those are the kind of things I think that you need to think about and make sure that you're going to get the maximum satisfaction out of that 20% rather than just distributing all of those extra calories over the day with things that you maybe don't really love. Number 3, keep moving. If you're somebody who exercises regularly and stays active when you're at home, which I'm guessing you are if you are watching this video and following me, then there is no reason why you should stop doing that on vacation. And I see this happen all of the time as well, where especially more, I would say, like on the resort type vacations, I feel like it's easier to get your steps in when you're in some place like Europe where you're walking around all day long. But if you go to a resort and you get up in the morning and you eat a huge breakfast and then you go to the beach and you lie at the beach and then you stop for lunch and you have another huge lunch and then you go to the pool and you lie at the pool and then you go to have dinner and then after dinner you go to the bar, you have barely moved that day and you have eaten way more high fat, high calorie food, probably drank more alcohol than you normally would at home. And that is like a one-way ticket to feeling sluggish and what I call travel bloated. We've all been there, right? Where you just think, what is going on? Everything starts to feel tighter. Your digestive system grinds to a halt and you don't feel great at all. And so by making sure that you continue to exercise and stay active, whatever that looks like where you are. So if you are at a beach vacation, still get up and go for that walk on the beach in this morning. Go walk 5K or 3 miles or whatever in the morning down the beach before it gets hot, when it's beautiful, different change of scenery and it feels fun. Book the active excursion. So oftentimes when we go away, we will look for something that is cycling instead of on a bus because, well, first of all, I can't tolerate sitting on a bus because I hate it. But second of all, it's a way to stay active while you're doing something that you otherwise would have been doing sedentary. Same in that scenario where I described the typical day at a resort. Instead of lying around at the pool all afternoon, can you rent a kayak and go out kayaking? Can you grab one of the sailboards and go sailboarding? Is there a hike that you could go do and see some of the sites or old ruins or something like that, instead of just lying around by the pool? And what this does, yes, of course, keeping moving is going to burn calories, but that is not why we exercise. We are not exercising to earn our food or anything like that. It is going to stop you from feeling that sluggish, bloated feeling because you are going to keep moving. And as we know, the more sedentary we are, the less energy we have. And so by keeping moving, that is going to keep your energy level up, and you're actually going to want to do more things on your holiday if you stay moving and stay active. And the big one on the mindset side is sort of similar to the concept of, I advise all my clients to work out in the morning if they can. And the reason why has nothing to do with the physical result of that. It has to do with the mental result. And that when we start our day feeling like we've ticked a box and honored our healthy habits and got that workout in, got that exercise in, we typically make better food choices the rest of the day. And so if you start your day with a really nice long walk, or maybe yoga on the beach, or even hitting the gym in your hotel, you are likely to continue to make better choices during the day. You are probably not going to go and follow that up with a big, heavy breakfast at the buffet. You are probably going to think twice about starting to drink at noon and think, you know what, I'm just going to wait until dinner time and then I'll have a couple of drinks. It's a mindset piece. It helps give you that confidence that you are still honoring your health and fitness goals, even when you're on vacation. And all of that compounds so that you start to feel secure and confident that just because you're on vacation, you know you are not blowing up your goals. You don't have to become this other person when you go away on a vacation and have healthy you at home and then, crazy slug you when you're on holidays, right? You can be that same person in both of those scenarios. And all you're doing is shifting what those healthy habits look like. They, of course, are going to look a little bit different than when you're at home, but the fundamental principles are going to be exactly the same. So there it is. Those are 3 of my foolproof strategies that are easy to implement. Most of that requires just a mindset shift that you can really start working on anytime. Even if you are getting ready to go away on vacation, start thinking about some of those things in advance. It always helps to be prepared. And then that way you're not going to be tempted in the moment to do something that you're going to regret later. And I think that putting an end to that negative cycle of the restriction and then the overindulgence and the restriction, it's just like looking at, if we pull back the lens, the bigger diet cycle, right? Where you go on a super restrictive diet, you lose some weight, you feel really good, and then you think, okay, great, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. And then you go right back to what you were doing because what you did to lose the weight was so restrictive. There's no way you could possibly keep that up, right? It's the same principle when you go away. If you restrict so hard before you go on vacation, the natural bounce back when you're away is that you're going to go crazy and you're going to eat and drink all of the things. And then, like I said, you're going to come home and you're not going to feel good and you're going to be disappointed that you have either lost some of the results that you had been working on, or that worse, you now have to sort of dig out of a hole because of everything that happened. And if you're not feeling good when you get home, you're going to be less motivated to get back on track with your healthy habits. So these 3 things are going to be a win-win. It's going to make you feel great on your holiday. I don't know about you, but I always buy a couple of new outfits before I go away. And let me tell you, it feels awesome to put on those nice new dresses, to go out, to feel good, to have tons of energy, to see all the things that you want to see. And then, yeah, you know what? I have gelato every night, and that's okay. And so finding that balance, holiday version, the same way that you do in your regular life here at home, it really is the key to breaking out of that negative cycle, making sure that when you do go away, you get the absolute most out of your holiday. As always, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about here today, please go ahead and drop them below in the comments. I answer them all personally, and thanks again for watching.